Hey everybody, welcome back to TNA Not So Daily. Today I thought I'd show you guys how to exchange one of your regular outlets for one of these USB outlets. You see it's kind of big. Believe it or not, I'm an electrician, second year apprentice, so I do a lot of this, and it's pretty basic, pretty simple. Show you do it without getting hurt. I know a lot of people have tablets, smartphones, and stuff. That'd be really nice just to plug in their outlet instead of that big brick, so I'll show you how it's done. Some basic tools you might need or might be helpful: razor blade, a couple screwdrivers. Electrician's pliers are always good to have. You might not need them if you're exchanging for a older outlet, but something you should buy anyway because they're useful. Tester, if you don't have a tester like this, don't worry, you can just plug something into the outlet to make sure it's off. I'm using a drill. You obviously don't need that. You can use a screwdriver. And a level to make sure your outlet's level, because if you're working for a client like Glitter and Groceries, you gotta make sure that stuff's straight. So yeah, first things first, we gotta find the breaker and turn off the power. Okay, like I said before, if you don't have a tester, you can just plug something in to see if it's working. If you have a tester, you go to hot, and you can see it's hot. So you obviously don't want to work anything hot because you'll shock yourself, and it hurts. Trust me from experience. So David's trying to find the breaker. Once he finds a breaker to shut this off, we'll take this plate off, and I can show you how to change the outlet out. Okay, like I said, the first thing to do is take the plate off. These are very fragile, so be careful on how tight when you put it back on, because they will crack. I'm going to take this all out. If you can do it without touching the wall, that's a plus, but sometimes it's hard to do that way. Okay, I'm going to use a drill. You can use a screwdriver for this part to take the outlet actually out. Gee Louise. Had some long screws. Okay, now, hold on for a second. Alright, now that we have the outlet actually out, the golden screw is going to be your hot screw, and that always gets a black or red wire in most of your housing electric. Your white wire is your neutral, that always goes to the shiny silver, and the bare wire, or the copper looking wire, always goes to the green ground screw. So I'm going to go ahead and take this apart, and I'll show you how to put the other one on. One thing I forgot to mention, to take it apart, you just simply unscrew the screws where the wires are going to, and the wire should pull right out. Actually, these are stab-ins, so I'm going to have to cut these. But if you see them going into the back of the outlet like that, they're stabbed in. They're kind of hard to get out. Just cut them. And I'll show you how to restrip them. This one we can get. There you go, outlet out. So now that we got the wires out, I had to cut them, so I'm going to have to restrip them. This tiny wire is size 14, so I'm going to use a stripper. You can kind of see size 14's up here somewhere. You can use pliers. Just be very careful. Most electricians just use pliers because this is 14 wire. I'm going to go ahead and just strip it. Strip about that much. You don't need a whole lot. So we're going to do this one. Now, this outlet we're using is I think it's a Leviton. You can see the wire just slides right in here between this plate and the back, and you just screw it tight. So what I've always been taught is you start with your ground first. So we'll start with this bare wire, and I need to get it straight. So what I'll do is go ahead and straighten this out with my pliers, and I'll use a screwdriver to tighten it. Because if you use a drill, sometimes it doesn't work right, it doesn't get tight. And if you have a loose connection, it can actually cause a fire. You don't want that. Most of it's just your hot though. So go ahead and put the ground in. Make sure it's nice and tight. It's on there good. Then you go with your neutral. Same thing, we're going to stab in the back here. So, tighten this one up real good. sure your neutral ground don't touch it all. Now the hot's a little long, so I'm going to trim it. Just a hair. Okay, put that in, tighten this. Okay, now it is all hooked up. And the simple thing to do is put the outlet back in, bend these wires so they're nice, and then you put your screws back in the holes. I usually start getting one going first, and then get the second one going. This box is a little loose in the wall. It's probably a plastic box, but that's okay. Okay, now it's nice and tight on the wall. I'll go ahead and check it with the level. Make sure she's pretty good. Good. Now simply just gotta screw your plate back on. Like I said, not too tight because you will crack the plate. Alright, now I'm just going to turn on and test it. Okay, we've already tested it with the tester, but I'm just going to show you. This is Dang Dodge's iPhone. I'm going to plug it in to the USB part. And working. So guys, it's that simple. It's not hard at all. You just have to be able to take a little bit of effort and do it. And just make sure you turn the power off and you'll be fine. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.